Welcome to this new series. I had the honour and privilege of spending a weekend at the British Superbike Championships at Thruxton, and I was hosted by True Heroes Racing. Now, I was able to do a series of interviews with all the team members, or most of the team members, and got a real insight into a team that is totally different from any other team in the paddock. I hope you enjoy this series of interviews that I've done and that you'll come on board and support the team. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss when a new episode drops. So this is the True Heroes Racing setup. So they've got the main Arctic there with the garage awning, and as you come to the side you've got the shop, which is crucial. Then you've got the smaller truck that's got the stores in, and as you come down the side you can look into the side of the garage where they keep all the tyres, and then you come into the hospitality area. And the hospitality area is crucial for the whole team. It's where they come to eat and meet up. And the team ethos is more than just a race team. Well, I'm at the BSB at Thruxton, and I've got another guest from the True Heroes team racing, or True Heroes Racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it right. Now, the sun's come round, so we'll just have to live with it. But let's introduce her. So, Natalie, welcome.
Thank you.
Natalie, you're still serving, and you're in the Navy as a leading hand, or killick. And what's your job in the Navy?
So I'm an air engineer, so I work on helicopters.
Oh, so which helicopter are you working on? Are you working on is it the Merlin?
Yeah, Merlin Mark II at the moment.
Merlin Mark II, and then you've got Chinooks as well.
Yeah, that's more RAF, I think.
Yeah. I thought the Marines had the Chinooks as
Quite
well.
Possibly.
Yeah, or they fly them anyway.
Yeah, pretty get moved around.
Oh no, I got moved around a few times in Afghan by the Marines. So, being an air engineer, what brought you to motorbike racing?
So my background is actually as a motorcycle mechanic. So I did almost 10 years as a bike mechanic before I joined up.
Oh, right.
So that's kind of my background, my previous career before I joined the mob.
So were you working for one of the big manufacturers, one of the big bikes? Or?
I worked in a Honda dealership for a little while, but I've moved around a few different garages, like little independent ones. Did a bit of insurance repair for a little while.
Yeah.
So dealt with a lot of different brands of bikes, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that gives you a good knowledge of the ins and outs and the workings of bikes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a good broad knowledge base of different bikes.
And what brought you to join the Navy?
It's kind of been on my wish list for a while. I wanted to be in the emergency services, and I kind of did that. I was in the police for 6 years before I joined up.
Yeah, I didn't do it, wasn't me.
No, can't prove it, copper. So I sort of ticked that box, and then the next step was military, and it took me quite a while to sort of get my life sorted to actually join the military, but finally did it at the age of 29.
Oh, that's quite late.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So how did you get on down at Raleigh?
Yeah, it was tough.
Were you like sort of a mum to all the younger?
Yeah, they pretty much called me mum, yeah, because I had a really young class, so I was going through with like 16, 17 year olds. Oh. So yeah, I was by far one of the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only other oldest was the opposite class's class leader, who was 39.
Oh right.
So he trumped me by quite a lot, but we were sort of each other's go-to for venting. Yeah.
Yeah, young people nowadays can be challenging.
Yeah, to put it mildly.
So when you came out of training then, where did you do your Class 2 training, or your Phase 2 training?
So that would be at HMS Sultan,
All right, so
down in Portsmouth.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was there for 6
So
months.
Sultan's actually Gosport, which is the
Yeah.
which is the better side of the harbour.
I'll give you that.
So you spent a bit of time down at Sultan.
Yeah.
And you passed out of there.
Yep.
And where was your first posting to?
So Called Rose, where I still am. So,
All right, so,
Yeah.
so you're kind of stuck there, are you?
yeah, I mean it was kind of by choice. Yeah. So I've been down there. I kind of passed out of phase 2A training because we have A and B as WAFUs. Was just before COVID hit, so it was kind of bad timing really because.
Yeah, all good timing.
Well, good and bad. I chose Called Rose. I wanted to go down to Cornwall. I just wanted a fresh start, and I kind of got it.
Yeah.
But then everything was shut down, so I felt like nothing really happened for a year or two.
I was desperate.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
That's what got me into podcasting.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Yeah.
lockdown, I got into lockdown and I was doing nothing, and I just started drinking spiced rum,
Oh, fair enough.
and I thought, this ain't going to be well. this ain't gonna help at all.
Yeah,
So that's when I started the podcast.
cool.
So from there then, how did you get into the True Heroes racing?
So I've actually only really joined in the last season. I volunteered at the last round of brands last season. So my current team manager, because I raced for the Navy as well on bikes, and my now team manager was involved with True Heroes previously, volunteering, helping out in the paddock and stuff like that. And we always get asked if we want to come along and help. So I thought, well, yeah, Brands isn't that far away. It was still about a 6-hour drive for me, but I thought, yeah, why not? And I just got on really well, clicked really well with Phil, and kind of thought no more of it. I thought, oh yeah, I'll happily come along and help at some more rounds in the future. But then I got a phone call from Phil. I think it was about a month before the start of this season. In true Phil style, we'll leave it to the last second. I got a message off Charlie, one of the racers, saying, "Oh, has Phil called you yet?" He said no. Oh, I said no. And then Phil called me and he said, "Yeah, do you want to come and be our data analyst?" I went, "What's that?" Yes, I will.
As you do, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I like to throw myself into situations where I don't really know what I'm doing.
I mean, that's a good way of doing things. That's a good way of learning, is get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So, so you came along at the start of the season and you've been at every round so far?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky enough to get duty status because I'm still serving.
Yeah.
So I haven't got to use leave or like most of the team, come down at the weekends and stuff. So, I've been trying to sort of.
So you've got a good supportive boss back at Called Rose?
Yeah, definitely. Especially as I do my own racing as well, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, that takes up time in itself.
Time and money.
so obviously when you're racing for yourself then, it's on a different weekend?
Yeah, so it's worked out quite well that nothing's clashed yet. I don't think it will this season, quite luckily. They just miss each other by a week, which is nice.
Oh, that's good.
But I got a busy month this month.
Yeah, and where do you sit in the sort of the hierarchy of racing? Are you still a yellow bib, or have you got a race licence now?
No, so I've got my I'm nowhere near a national. Absolutely not that. Not a novice anymore. What's the middle one called?
Intermediate.
Clubman.
Clubman.
Yeah, I'm a clubman.
Yeah.
Racer at the moment. So I did my rookie season in 22. I fortunately had an accident start of 23, so I broke my ankle, so I was out for the whole of the 23 season.
Oh, that hurts.
But I still went along, was pit crew, which was really good for morale, because otherwise I'd have just been sat in Called Rose on my own, not really having a good time. So I still went along and did a lot of the social media stuff, so a lot of like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Kept me busy, kept me active and stuff, so helped with my rehab quite a lot. And then thankfully 24 came back and sort of picked up where I left off.
Yeah.
But thankfully I'd already earned my clubman licence, so I came back without the orange bib.
That's good.
Yeah.
And so for the team here, the True Heroes Racing.
Yeah.
You're fitting in with the rest of the team. You obviously get the time off to come, and you help doing the setup,
Yeah.
putting the tent up and laying the floor, and so
Yeah.
it's not just doing the data analyst bit. It's mucking in everywhere else.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about True Heroes, really, is that no matter what your role is in the team, everyone just does a bit of everything. I mean, you know, Charlie and Leon and Scott all help out with the setup and the takedown and everything.
Yeah.
So it's not like, you know, some of the big hitters in BSB that will just
just turn up,
just
ride
ride the bike.
and somebody else does everything else.
Yeah, no, everyone mucks in.
They all have to pitch in.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no I in team, is it?
Yeah.
Or me in team, is it? So thank you very much.
Thank you.